Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here at Breve Music in Peterborough. Hope you're all doing well and you're enjoying our content that we've been putting out on YouTube so far. We've had a lot of interaction on the last couple of videos, so really hope you're enjoying that. If you're enjoying it, before this video starts, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and just give us a thumbs up, maybe a little comment in the comment section as well. But today what we're going to be looking at is three different keyboards, but very similar in their style. So what we've got here is the PSR-SX900, the 700 and the 600. We're going to be doing a little bit of a comparison on all three of these ones. Just like the last time we did a video as well, we're going to be putting out a kind of all playing, no talking demo. So if you do prefer that kind of thing and you just want to hear the sounds that are inside, maybe the styles, some of the voices, go and check out that video. It'll be a link in the description, or there'll be a little notification just up here somewhere. So yeah, go and watch that video, but we're going to be talking about all the differences today. I've got a few notes here just to keep me reminded what I need to talk about. So the first thing we'll talk about is the keybed on these keyboards. So they call these ones FSB keybeds on the 900 and the 700. They feel really nice, really kind of really good touch on that one. This one's a bit different. This one's got kind of a bit more of a matte feel on the 600. Very similar to some of their cheaper PSR E-series keyboards, but doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it's different. So let's talk about this joystick here that we can see on the 900 and the 700. So this one works in a little bit of a different way. So you've got pitch bend going kind of on the horizontal axis, and then modulation going on the vertical axis, and that's the same on both the 900 and the 700. The 600 doesn't have that. This one's just got a separate pitch bend and a separate modulation wheel, which isn't a bad thing. Again, if you wanted to lock in your modulation and you just wanted to bump it all the way up, it's a lot easier to use. So, and a lot of kind of older keyboards had that function as well. If you wanted to lock the modulation on this one, you have to push it up and then press the modulation hold button, which is just one extra step. So maybe the pitch bend on this one is better for some people, maybe the pitch bend on this one is better for another person. The voice section, let's talk about that. The 900 has obviously got the most voices on it. That one's got around about 1,300 or so. The 700 has got 1,000 or so voices on there, and then the 600 here has got about 850 or so, and some of them are very similar. I'll do a quick demo of the concert grand on each of these ones. Just to see if you can tell the difference between the piano sound. So let's play something in B flat. And I'll play the same thing on this one. And the same thing on the 600 as well. Which leads me on to the next bit, which is the speakers that are built in. So a lot of the money that you're going to pay for is the quality coming out of it, as you can expect. With the 900, you get a really big speaker upgrade on this one. It's got these kind of dimpled in speakers, which project not only towards the player, but towards the person listening as well, which means these are great for gigging. It's also got this extended bass port on it, which has kind of this flex to it, so it means when you've got some of the bass sounds on there, you get a real kind of punch right through on that one. The 700 hasn't got that speaker system, but it has got the same wattage on the speakers, so you're not losing power, you're just losing the quality really, as you kind of go lower in the price point. And then this one's got the 600 has got a completely different speaker system, not as much power and not as big speaker. So there's the difference with the speakers. All three of these ones have a mic input on them, so you can do some gigging with it, and you can do some singer-songwriter stuff if you like. The 900 is the only one that's got harmony and vocal effects on it. You can do some vocal effects on these ones, but this one's got all the harmony settings on it as well. Let's talk about the styles as well. You've got lovely style sections which kind of label out which style you're on. So if you want an R&B song, you've got that one there, and you can just select it like that. And same on this one, and again, this one's not got as many buttons, so if you wanted like a dance song on this one, you can press dance, but this one's got dance and R&B all on one button. So it's just one of those extra steps that you have to take when you kind of go lower in the price. Which brings me on to the screen. You just saw me do the touch screen on this one. Super easy to use. Their graphic user interface is very easy, and you know, it's all touch screen, so you press something and it does exactly what it says on the tin, and you know, you got some buttons to accompany that as well. So it's really easy to use all those interfaces. The 600 doesn't have the touchscreen. It's still got the buttons to navigate through, and the wheel as well. So, but all the older PSR keyboards have got that. So if you're used to that kind of thing, this is going to be great for you. You're going to know how to use it straight away. And these big displays are really nice to look at as well. As I said, I've got some notes here, so let me just refer back to my notes. If you like the idea of a bigger screen as well, you can actually do a display out on this one, on the 900, which means you can buy a little adapter which converts the USB to a HDMI, so you can put it on a big screen if you so desire. You know, some people hard of seeing might want to put it on a big monitor, or have it in their studio, that kind of thing. So how many styles do you get on each of these keyboards? So you get about 520 preset styles on the 900, you get 400 on the SX700 here, and you get 415 actually. You actually get more on the 600, but I'm just going to show you one or two styles on this one, just quickly, just so you can get to know it. So there's some really good funk stuff on here. So I'm going to use this one called Funk Pop Rock. I've got Funk Pop Rock on here, and let's load up that one as well. And again, this little touchscreen means I can easily find stuff that I want. So there it is, Funk Pop Rock. So the same style all on each one. Let's have a look at how it sounds. So I've got the same style on here. I'm going to play the same thing thereabouts with the same chords. Let's have a listen to how it sounds. That was the 700, and finally I'm going to play the same thing as I did before on variation B. Let's have a listen. So let me know in the comments if you can hear a difference with all three of those styles that I just played. That was exactly the same style, all on the same variation. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you can hear a difference. With some of their new keyboards, such as the SX900 and the GNOS and some of their CVP ranges, they've got this function called Chord Looper, which is a great function for those that, like myself, that can't play very well. You can actually program in some chords. It just puts it on a loop. So say you just want your 1, 5, 6, 4 progression all the way through, you can program that in and it will just loop the chords all over again. That's only on the 900, you don't get that on the 700 or the 600, and it's also on the GNOS and the CVP ranges as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's going to be a great function, totally worth the extra money. You've got these two live control functions on all of those ones, which you can assign to lots and lots of things. At the moment, I think it's assigned to filter and reverb. So if you just want to bump up the reverb, there's just one control that controls everything. It's really easy to use. Which brings me on to these assignable buttons as well. You can assign these to do multiple things, and that's on the 900 and the 700. You don't get those assignable controls on the 600. And these can be assigned to lots and lots of things. So if you constantly find that you're changing your fingering method on the left hand, and you want to change from single finger to multi-finger to full keyboard, you can choose one of these buttons and it takes you straight to that screen. And that's on both of these models here, the 900 and the 700. You haven't got those buttons on the 600, but of course, you can go through the menus and change those yourself. It just makes it a bit easier if you know that you're always going to those menus. If you're into your MIDI stuff, this one's going to be really good as well. It's got MIDI in and out, so is the 700. Obviously MIDI in to use a bigger keyboard, or MIDI out to control other keyboards. Maybe you've got certain sounds that you like on other keyboards that you want to control through this. That's great. This one unfortunately hasn't got the MIDI in and out, but it has got USB MIDI, and that's on all three of these ones. So if you want to connect it up to a computer and use it as a MIDI controller, really easy to set up. It detects it straight away as a MIDI device and almost like a plug and play style thing. So easy to set up, easy to use. And then finally, what I'm going to talk about is the recording side of things as well. So you get 80 minutes worth of recording, regardless of which one you're on here. The limit is 80 minutes, and you can record on USB stick on all three, or internally on the 900 and the 700. So you can't record internally on the 600, only onto a USB stick. And that's all in 16-bit WAV format, so really high quality. You don't get any kind of loss of sound. So if you're choosing one of these really nice bass sounds and you've got some sub-octave stuff, it's not going to cut any of that out. It's all going to be on the recording. Plug it straight into your computer, and you've got a recording straight away. As I said, if you're really interested in the sounds on this one, there's going to be a video that we're going to put out, which is just going to be all playing, no talking. Go and check that video out and have a listen to some of the sounds. See if you can tell the difference between some of the patches that we've got on here. Listen to some of the really nice guitar sounds, the piano sounds that we're going to put on there, and listen to the styles as well. They are different, but a lot of them have very similar attributes and features to that. So have a listen to those, see what you think. See if you can tell the difference. So let's talk about who these keyboards are for. If you are into your really high-end spec stuff, but really don't want to kind of jump up all the way to that GNOS level kind of keyboard with the 76 keys and a really big display, this is going to be perfect for you. It's got kind of very similar features to the GNOS without having to spend that 4K figure that you spend on a GNOS. This is going to be for those people that maybe want to upgrade from a Tyros 2, Tyros 3, maybe even Tyros 4 and 5, that don't want to lose a lot of features but want to kind of utilize this new graphic interface with a touchscreen, that kind of thing. It's also good for pro keyboard players as well, those that are going out gigging and maybe want to use it for organ clubs, that kind of thing, that don't want to carry an organ around to every gig. That's going to be really good. So who's the 700 for? Well, it's for those people that just want a very similar user interface, but without every single feature under the books. If you're plugging it into speakers, these ones are going to be very similar anyway. So save yourself a bit of money and go for the 700. It's going to be for those people that may be upgrading from a PSR-E series keyboard. Maybe you've got one of their better ones, maybe a 463 or something, and you just want something that's going to be better, bigger speakers, that kind of thing. The 700 is going to be for you. And also for those people that want to upgrade from a Tyros 2 and just want to save a bit of money as well. You know, the 700 is going to be really, really good for that kind of thing. All three of these I'd call a pro keyboard anyway. You could gig with any of these ones and it'd give you a really, really good sound. The 600 I'd recommend for any kind of young singer-songwriters, students that are studying electronic keyboard, those that want to kind of explore rhythms and sounds without having to spend as much as £1,000 on the two higher end models. Maybe you're not fussed too much about the touchscreen, maybe you like the buttons on it, or maybe you just want a second keyboard to something like a Tyros or a Genos that you've got already, and you don't want to splash out on something quite as high tech as the 900 and the 700. 600 is going to be for you. But I would thoroughly recommend all three products. Definitely for what they offer at the price point that they are. They've all got their attributes which really add value to any setup, whether it's a home studio or a gigging rig, that kind of thing. If you want to check out any of these products, go head over to brevemusic.co.uk. We sell keyboards all the way from the low hundreds, all the way up to the Genos, which is their flagship keyboard, all the way up to their CVP, you know, digital pianos, that kind of thing. You should go check out our website. All the information on all these keyboards are there. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe so you know when the next video is coming up. Hit a like on the old like button there, and leave a comment if you want to know any more about these products as well. You know, we're all experts in these keyboards here at Breve Music. So go check out the website. Give us a call if you're in the UK. Have a chat to one of our specialists, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.